January 27, 2021, ending 4 days of mourning activities. The pre-burial service took place at the Independence Square and saw scores of Ghanaians paying their last respects to former President Rawlings.
President Akufo-Addo, the Vice President and other government officials were present at the funeral. Liberia's President George Weah and Sierra Leone President Julius Maada Bio were among the foreign dignitaries expected to attend the funeral. Gambia's Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Iben Chambers, the Special Representative of the Secretary General and Head of the United Nations Office for West Africa and the Sahel, as well as delegations from the ECOWAS Commission, Equatorial Guinea, and Nigeria were also expected at the same funeral. Paying tribute to the late president was his wife Nana Kunedu Ajiman Rawlings on behalf of his children Zaneto Ajiman Rawlings and the NDC.
We started on the journey with wonder at the world. We skipped along with heads held high. Our flag of hope unfurled. Enthusiasm filled our days. As optimism grew, we had so many plans and dreams. Did some of them come true? But then our path grew steep and rough, and clouds obscured the sun. As problems raised their worried heads, we lost our sense of fun. But love was there through troubled times to ease the hurt away. With caring hands and gentle touch, it helped us through each day.
Your flying gave you the eyes of an eagle and added dimension to your perspective on the situation on the ground, literally. Even among the clouds, you were an artist. You were a master of the skies. Your skill as a pilot was so well and purposefully honed, yet never giving way to fearless recklessness, fully understanding that an element of fear is a requirement to anticipate danger. Never succumbing to the mundane of life, you raised us to challenge the ordinary and to push beyond our comfortable boundaries. You taught us to stand up for those who could not, even at the risk of standing alone. We were never too young or too small to be privy to your thoughts, which you shared on world politics, on the inequity of the world economic system, on the plight of people of Africa.
His conviction that Ghana could progress only on the back of values and principles of June 4, and his determination and commitment that those values and principles be firmly integrated in the body politic of Ghana compelled him to lead some progressive officers and men to change the administration of the country on the 31st December 1981. At the advent of the 31st December revolution, Ghana's economy had completely run down.
The national activity started on Sunday with a Catholic Requiem Mass at the Holy Spirit Cathedral and a vigil at the Air Force Officers' Mess in Accra. Mr. Rawlings was then laid in state on Monday, January 25th and Tuesday, January 26th at the Accra International Conference Center for various members of the government and security machinery, as well as members of the public, given an opportunity to pay their last respect. 9 wreaths were laid for Mr. Rawlings by his family, the NDC, ECOWAS, the military, among others. Following the service, there was a procession from the Black Star Square through some principal streets of Accra before the mortal remains of former President Jerry John Rawlings was interred at the military cemetery in Burma Camp, Accra. Ghana's longest-serving head of state died in the early hours of Thursday, November 12, 2020, at the Kolebu Teaching Hospital in Accra after a short illness.
Meanwhile, paying his tribute to the late president, Nana Akufo-Addo shed light on his relationship with J.J. Rawlings, recounting their journey from not being good friends to a stage where the late president became his good friend and a repository of sound advice in moments of difficulty in his presidency. The president also reiterated his decision to rename the University for Development Studies after Flight Lieutenant Jerry John Rawlings.
It was no secret that the relation that existed between the two of us, right from the heady days of 1979 through to my brief period in exile, his assumption of office as the first president of the Fourth Republic, the historic Kumi Preko demonstrations, my period as Attorney General and Minister for Foreign Affairs in the Kufuor administration, to be my elected the 2008 NPP presidential candidate, was one of open animosity. We did not see eye to eye. However, with time, things changed. We came to see value in each other and understood to a very large degree our respective perspectives. One thing we had in common was our mutual commitment to public service. My visit to his Ridge residence in 2012 signified the easing of tensions between us, leading to a friendship that lasted for the better part of some 8 years. Whilst he was with us, he respectfully declined an offer I made to him in 2017 to have the University of Development Studies Tamale, UDS, which he personally helped establish, named after him. His reason was that, in adhering to a long-standing principle, he did not want to have any national monument or facility named after him. 2 days after his passing, at the 21st congregation of UDS, I expressed my strongest convictions, in spite of his reservations, that such an honor should be accorded him. I am glad that this has found favor with his family, and the necessary formalities will be carried out to achieve this. That is, the Jerry John Rawlings University of Development Studies, Tamale.
And we say may his soul rest in perfect peace. Now, away from that, infectious disease and public health analyst Dr. John Amoisi has supported calls for the reimposition of the ban on social gatherings as a means to slow the surge in the number of COVID-19 active cases in the country. This he describes as a necessary evil to protect the citizenry from being infected with both the old and new strain of the virus as being recorded currently by health officials.
Speaking in an interview on what he makes on proposals for the government to enforce tighter restrictions to tackle the recent spike, Dr. Amoisi, who is also a senior research fellow at the Kumasi Center of Collaborative Research, agreed that such a move remains one of the surest ways to stem the spread. He argued that the country now needs a population-level approach in preventing people from moving in proximity to each other in gatherings such as weddings, funerals, which are known as super spread events of the virus. Meanwhile, Dr. Amoisi is urging the reactivation of contact tracing as part of efforts to tackle the pandemic, saying, "We are not doing the same kind of contact tracing that we were doing in the earlier stage of the pandemic, which allowed us to see a lot better and take strong actions. The contact tracing is now non-existent. Currently, all 16 regions in the country have active cases, with the Greater Accra, Ashanti, Western, Eastern and Central regions leading with the highest rate of infections. In view of the recent increase in cases, the Ghana Medical Association has advised the government to restrict social activities such as parties, church services, funerals, clubs and other social gatherings of such nature. It also wants markets regulated as much as possible restricted."
Meanwhile, the Ghana Health Service say the surge in cases of the novel coronavirus does not trigger the need to totally lock the country down at this point.
The Services Director General, Dr. Patrick Kuma Abuaje, believes the disregard for the health recommended protocols are contributing to the spike and must be revisited. Some experts have drawn attention to the institution of a second lockdown to curb the virus's spread. The Ghana Medical Association (GMA) has already called on government to impose restrictions on social gatherings as the surge in the active COVID-19 cases persists. The Information Ministry has further communicated the government's intention to adopt a much stringent approach which may include a lockdown if need be, as all options are currently on the table amid the second wave of infections. In an interview, the GHS boss explained that all efforts would have been futile if a total limiting of restricts is undertaken without a strict compliance regime. Ghana has confirmed 62,135 infections with 3,613 active cases and 372 deaths. Some 646 new cases were recorded while 58,150 recovered as of January 22, 2021.
Away from that, now the lawyers for former President John Dramani Mahama in the 2020 elections have indicated their readiness to file their witness statement today, January 27, 2021, following a directive by the Supreme Court justices.
The lawyers courted the fury of the justices yesterday with their failure to submit the statements as they earlier directed. The justification for their failure to file the statements is that the ruling on the interrogatory will impact the witness statements they will file, so they wanted the court to rule on that before they obey the directive. It was, however, rejected by the judges who directed the lawyers to file the statements latest today. In an interview, Abraham Amaliba, a member of the legal team of the National Democratic Congress, confirmed that the statements will be filed today. After Wednesday's sitting, Frank Davis, a spokesperson for the legal team of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, berated the lawyers for John Mahama, accusing them of attempting to drag the process. Frank Davis sought to say that the lawyers of the NDC flag bearer have turned the court into a forum for organized, rehearsed, and choreographed theatricals and drama. Reacting to this statement, Abraham Amaliba said it is shameful that Frank Davis will use such on his seniors in the law field.
And that will be all for the local stories. When we come back, it will be time for business.
Parents, guardians, SHS leavers, diploma and HNE holders, and all other stakeholders of higher learning institutions. Here are some reasons why you should choose Heritage Christian University College. Our serene environment is located behind the Olympic Stadium, Amasama. The green fields, the beautiful flowers, the peace and quiet in the neighborhood, all sold together facilitates our learning process. Students live and learn in a manifestly Christ-centered environment. And there is this kind of cordial relationship between students, faculty members, and lecturers. Therefore, students are able to approach their lecturers, interact with them, ask them anything bothering them with respect to academics and any other thing, and they'll be assisted. Because we are a technology-driven institution, every student uses a laptop, and our 24/7 robust Wi-Fi system enables the student access all their learning materials, electronic textbooks, and any other information on our server. Again, because your survival depends on the usage of laptop, if you're happy not to own one, we'll sell you one, spread the cost for you over your stay on campus, and bit by bit, semester by semester, you pay them till you are done.
One major problem we face as a country is unemployment. At HCC, through the Center for Entrepreneurship, Philanthropy and Ethics, we take the students through a series of training and again support them financially to start their own businesses. As I'm talking to you now, we have students who have started their businesses alongside learning. And so we encourage you to enroll at HCC and your dream will be realized. We do not only train HCC students to be local champions, we also give them quality training so that wherever they find themselves, they can perform. And because of that, we do invite lecturers and faculty members outside Ghana to train them and also expose them. We know our system is hard and getting money to go to university is not easy. In view of this, we do have scholarships for all students. We have general one for every student who qualifies into the degree education, that is 25% for all. And we also have other scholarship packages for everyone, but this one is based on merit. Terms and conditions apply. Admission is ongoing. We do admission in January and in October. Because of the COVID-19, our form is going for free. Apply and school at HCC and your life will never be the same.
Welcome back. It's now time to do business, and in our first business story, effective April 1, 2021, taxpayers will be required to use the Ghana Card Identification Number for tax purposes. This is according to the Ghana Revenue Authority, GRA. The authority states that this forms part of efforts to identify and rope in more eligible taxpayers, especially those in the informal sector, and enable organizations to easily share important data with the authority.
This also forms part of measures being implemented by the GRA to achieve its 60 billion Ghana cedis 2021 revenue target of the Ghana Revenue Authorities. Already data from the GRA indicates that the informal sector constitutes 70% of the economy, but just 2% of them pay their taxes. Speaking at a press briefing in Accra, Commissioner General of the GRA, Reverend Amishadai Owusu-Amwa, explained that the authority is already in collaboration with the National Identification Authority (NIA) and other relevant stakeholders to ensure that the Ghana Card Unique Identification Number replaces the Taxpayer Identification Number 10. Reverend Amishadai Owusu-Amwa also noted that the GRA has also employed data scientists to analyze the transactions of high net worth individuals, persons with around $1 million in liquid financial assets, to ensure that they are paying the right taxes to government. He said the GRA has configured and synchronized its data with 14 other government institutions, including the Driver and Vehicle Licensing Authority (DVLA) and the Social Security and National Insurance Trust (SNIT), to enable them achieve this.
Also in business tonight, the Alliance for Social Equity and Public Accountability, ASEPA, is kicking against the renomination of Ken Ofori-Atta as Finance Minister.
In a 37-page petition to the Appointments Committee of Parliament, the group indicated that based on Mr. Ofori-Atta's role in the collapse of a number of financial institutions, among others, it believes he is no longer fit to hold the position. Speaking in an interview, the executive director of ASEPA, Mr. Mensa Thompson, stressed that the track record of the finance minister designate leaves much to be desired. He further admonished the Appointments Committee of Parliament to ensure it carries its vetting process without any undue influence or bias. The financial sector cleanup was commenced by the Akufo-Addo administration in August 2017 and led to the collapse of 9 universal banks, 347 microfinance companies, 39 microcredit companies or money lenders, 15 savings and loans companies, 8 finance house companies and 2 non-bank financial institutions. This cost the government over 21 billion Ghana cedis. However, a report from the Bank of Ghana in 2019 showed that deposits grew in the past 6 months after the industry went through some.
And that'll be all for business news tonight. Sports news is next.
Dwumadi soronko bi reba saa oyikyere afiri yi so yato ne din se aware mu nsɛm ebi ebe wadwene se wonware ye ntemfa wo ho ompawcho oka ho won so ya waware wasɛm wom nipa bebre na epre se obekwa aware mu ebi nso aware mu a wopese wo fim ade nti na wo meka me ho ne nsusu niema ebeboan na ehu okwa ebefa so atu anamon akwaware mu na won so aware mu nso niema ekere wo so na ye wadwendwen won so wo mba na nyina mbedwene na enhwe aware na ni so se na esite na boa ma waware ayasumdwe ama wo yo bia wo yo berima wonim ukunu yi wonim uyire yi ana yebehwe eno nso enye enu nkuto na yebehwe yebesan ahwe busuasem yebehwe mofra ni ahwe ohawa horo waware mu yahwe ohawa horo a ewo anamontu a yetu ekwaware mu na yehwe se ebitimi aboa ye ho impo se wadwen se wonware a onso kan ho na onso benya ochefa ewo saa dwumadi mu ada na onka me ho kwadwo asa memeda anwume nu nson bia wafiri yi so embra yede nsemate se ebrewi na aboawo ema wanya asumdwe ewo wasetrem yenim se waware mu dwa wo asumdwe ema wo abrabo impo wadwuma.
Now time to do sports. Now goals from Nicolas Pepe, Bukayo Saka and Lacazette helped Arsenal to recover from 1 goal down to win 3-1 against Southampton at the St. Mary's Stadium on Tuesday as they redeemed themselves from the disappointing FA Cup exit last weekend against the Saints.
Ward-Prowse with the delivery all the way out to Armstrong, who sides it past Leno. Driven in by Stuart Armstrong, and with 3 minutes gone at St Mary's, it's Southampton 1, Arsenal 0. Xhaka, maybe a shooting opportunity. No, he's fed it through. Pepe! An equaliser. Less than 5 minutes after Southampton took the lead. Nicolas Pepe draws Arsenal level.
Well, Mike, we said we needed a bit better quality around the 18-yard box, and exactly what Granit Xhaka have provided us for Nicolas Pepe, using his body strength, just held Valerie off to put us back in the game at 1-1.
Now Lacazette can feed Saka. Lifted in towards Pepe at the back post. Taken first time by Cedric. Arsenal's climb up the Premier League table. But a bit of a challenge coming up on Saturday. The current leaders, Manchester United, at Emirates. Away goes Saka. He's in here for goal number 2 and he gets it. Arsenal come from behind to lead at St Mary's, and it's Bukayo Saka with their second goal.
Really cool finish from Bukayo Saka. What is the Southampton goalkeeper Alex McCarthy doing? And a very, very cool finish from Saka.
It's a good ball. Saka, first time in, Lacazette! It's a big goal for Arsenal. It gives them a 2-goal cushion.
What a fantastic team goal. Brilliant crossfield ball from Cedric. He's done that 3 or 4 times. Lacazette making sure that he...
And we remain in the camp of Arsenal, where the team have signed Real Madrid and Norwegian attacking midfielder Martin Odegaard on loan until the end of the season.
The 22-year-old Norwegian has struggled to make an impact in Real Madrid manager Zinedine Zidane's squad this season. Real Sociedad, where Odegaard spent last season on loan, and Eredivisie leaders Ajax were also interested, but it is the Gunners who have won the race for the midfielder. The Norway international could even feature on Saturday in the Premier League against Manchester United. His arrival at the Emirates Stadium comes after the departure of playmaker Mesut Ozil to Fenerbahce. Odegaard joined Real Madrid from Strømsgodset in January 2015 and has played 9 times for Real Madrid this season, with his last appearance coming in November. Spanish football expert Guillem Balig said Real Madrid blocked Odegaard going back to Sociedad because they wanted him to play.
And that'll be all for sports. When we return, it will be time for entertainment news.
Do you have an interest and passion for the media? You see yourself excelling in the field of journalism and multimedia, but do not have enough time and funds to pursue courses in those fields. That is why the Heritage Christian College Media Training School was set up to give you an opportunity to train yourself for 4 months and get a 2-month opportunity for attachment at Truth TV. With our state-of-the-art studio and newsroom, experienced friendly lecturers in the field of journalism and conducive lecture halls, we offer students the chance to learn on the job with both practical and theoretical lessons. We offer courses in journalism such as newscasting, show hosting, voice training and phonetics, voiceovers, report filing, and many others. In the field of multimedia, we offer courses in cinematography, video editing, animations, studio management, master control room management, light and sound engineering, set design, graphic design, photography, and social media management. We offer intensive 1-week courses in communication essentials for professionals. We have both weekday and weekend courses. We are located behind Amasaman Stadium in Accra. Heritage Christian College Media Training School gives you all the tips you need to succeed in the world of communication.
You are still watching True TV News. It's time for entertainment. Now, still talking about the late Jerry John Rawlings. As much as the man was principled and helped with the development of the country, another thing about him was his wicked sense of humor. Now, here's a compilation of some of his entertaining moments.
Oh, and it's the right size too. I don't think I could have worn this thing. Try it and see. Come on. To have this done. Happy birthday to you. Now the other version. Baba, happy birthday, Baba, happy birthday, Baba, happy birthday, That's Mr. Baba's birthday. Not from Mr. Baba. So, my dear beloved Dr. Nana Agyemang Rawlings, my colleague ministers of state, honorable lecturers of the various faculties, your excellencies, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. I think I prefer the lady. I prefer the lady. This little warm food you want to enjoy. Thank you. The beacon of hope, my beloved brothers and sisters, in Africa is gradually to them. Yeah. Now, what happened? Many years later, one ago, Madame Fathia Nkrumah, my wife, no? Jana Kufoye. Okra, no coffee, no, Madame Fathia, no coffee. Or this channel, a cotoduem, eh? No montuem. No alpha.
Now may his soul rest in perfect peace and his legacy continue to live on. And that would be all for entertainment. International news is up next.
Have you ever been in a fix where your phone is your only way out, but your phone battery runs out when you need it the most? Introducing Ignite Charging Solutions. Power your mobile devices with an Ignite charging station anywhere, anytime. Our charging devices come in desktop chargers, portable charging and cocktail tables, in-car chargers, charging kiosks with lockers and screens for advertising, wall and stand mount charging stations, slim, sleek and mini power banks. Ignite chargers are perfect for homes, offices, hotels, restaurants, clubs, bars, banks, airports, cars, and at all indoor and outdoor events. Call us on 0244-238423 or visit us on all social media platforms and on www.myignite.co.uk. Now you can take charge of your life whenever, wherever. Ignite, we power your mobile devices.
It's now time to bring you some international stories, and we start off from Nigeria, where its president Muhammadu Buhari has fired the heads of the country's armed forces, whom he appointed when he first took office in 2015. In a surprise move, he also tweeted the names of their replacements.
No reason was given for the resignations of the Army, Navy, Air Force, and Chief of Defense staff heads. It comes as Nigeria continues to grapple with widespread insecurity, including the long-running Boko Haram insurgency and rampant kidnappings. There have been calls, notably from the country's powerful governors and the National Assembly, for the president to replace the service chiefs, as many felt they were underperforming. Mr. Buhari, a former army general, was elected in 2015 on the promise of ending the insurgency in Nigeria's northeastern region. However, Boko Haram continues to stage attacks despite the government saying on several occasions that Islamist militants have been defeated. Other Islamist militant groups operating in the region have also become bolder. Under Mr. Buhari's leadership, clashes between farmers and cattle herders in the country's central region have also worsened, and kidnapping gangs in the northwest operate with almost a free hand.
From Nigeria, we cross borders to the French capital, where French drug maker Sanofi has said it will help mass produce the coronavirus vaccine developed by Pfizer and BioNTech amid EU shortages. Sanofi says it has struck a deal to produce 125 million doses of the vaccine by the end of the year.
The European Union has threatened to restrict the export of vaccines made within the bloc to deal with the shortfall. Sanofi's chief executive said the contract with Pfizer was a first in the pharmaceutical industry, and it comes after the French firm has delayed the launch of its own jab. The Germany-based BioNTech will initially produce the vaccines at Sanofi facilities in Frankfurt starting in July, according to a Sanofi statement. The European Union has ordered 600 million doses of the Pfizer-BioNTech vaccine for use across its 27 member states, but the company was not able to supply the 12.5 million vaccines it promised the EU by the end of 2020 due to supply chain issues. Pfizer said last week it was delaying shipments for the next few weeks because of work to increase capacity at the Belgian processing plant. The EU also signed a deal with AstraZeneca in August for 300 million doses with an option for 100 million more, but the Anglo-Swedish company is also fallen behind on its supply target because of production problems.
And you've been watching True TV News at 8 with me, Michael Adam. Many thanks for watching and keep enjoying the rest of our programs. Good evening.
For the past 8 years, Hope College, with its serene environment coupled with excellent